This is our last and final video of the year, and we have for third grade for April 25th. So our first question comes on number 1, and this one was a set of equations and they had to pick which one would be best. So they were given a set of questions that said 7 children had 5 balloons each, and then what would be the total, and after that 16 popped, how many balloons would they have altogether? So with that being read, I told them that with the 7 children and 5 balloons, that part of the equation would look like 7 times 5, which would give us a value of the total balloons. If 16 of them popped, we would have our total minus 16. So that's how I told them to read the question. The next question was a fast fact times 10. So 27, bring down the 0. We have a subtraction problem and a fraction. This next set of questions comes from a graph, a pictograph that we have here. The first part said Team C had blank more than Team A. So they have to look at this pictograph. The key part is to look at the key and figure out how much the shape equals. So each one of these dolphins equals 3. So if they look at Team C, they can cancel out the part that 1 dolphin and 1 dolphin, and then 3, 6, 9 would be 9 more dolphins for Team C. The second part of question 14 was there were blank dolphins seen by teams A and C. So they would have to count 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. So that. Of course, it's going to be a little different, maybe a different graph, maybe a different set of dolphins, and they're going to have to be able to decipher that themselves. For question 15, they did have to add a set or 6 dolphins more to team B. So they would need to be able to add the fact that 3 dolphins for each picture, so we would only need to add 2 more dolphins to total the 6. On the next part, which I do see here, we have a little bonus question. If they will include symmetrical equals same on both sides, and if they'll draw me a picture of something that is symmetrical with that line of symmetry, I'll give them some extra credit. The first question from this page was a multiplication, so 6 times 7. Of course, that's not going to be the same question. Perimeter on number 9, the distance around a shape, and we talked about how this question was a regular polygon, meaning that all the sides were the same length and they were all 6 inches. So they could have added 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, or they could have multiplied 6 times 6, and that would be the same for any other regular polygon depending on how many sides it had. Number 10, the distributive property, which means hand out, has 4 steps. Step 1, the first part is looking at the question, 11 times 8. Step 1 would be that they're going to break the 11 times 8 down. 11 times 4 plus 4, which is breaking the 8 down. Step 2 would be to hand one of the numbers out. So we're handing the 11 to the 4 here, and the 11 to the 4 here. The third step, which is the part that they're going to have to do, is to solve each one of these parentheses. So 11 times 4 is 44, and 11 times 4 is 44. Step 4, which they will have to solve, would be to add these two numbers together, and in this case it would be 88. Of course, this is probably not going to be the problem that they're going to have. Number 12 was an area amount of space or squares inside the shape. An area unit squared equals length times width. So we had 6 times 3. Our unit was feet squared, and that gives us 18. Today we had a missing factor. So 4 times what equaled 28, which was 7. Rounding to the nearest hundred. This was on a number line, and they had to find the fraction that was equal to 0, and 0 equals 0/4. The last part comes with a cube and ace. 6 toy soccer balls were 5 inches each, and they wanted to know what was the height of all the soccer balls. So we talked about how each would have meant that they needed to take all the soccer balls and their height and multiply them. The height of the soccer balls is 30 inches. The last question was 28 divided by 7 equals what? And we said that you could turn it around and say 7 times what would equal 28, being 4, and that would give you the same answer. Hope you enjoy your afternoon. Have a great day.